To join us today. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and get this thing jump started. Hey, what's up, fam? Thank you for joining tonight. Whether you're at home or work or even out on a walk, you know, enjoying the cool, crisp breeze tonight, depending on where you are. You know, we're here with the lovely Doc B. Make sure you guys remember to hit that like button, share the show, and invite a friend, because tonight, as Doc B said, we're diving into healthy habits and how to transform your lifestyle for a better you. And trust me, you guys, it's going to get a little juicy tonight.
Okay, guys. Yes, it is. So tonight's episode, as I mentioned earlier, is all about healthy habits, changing your lifestyle for a better you. We're talking about the power of walking or any form of exercise. It doesn't necessarily have to be walking. We're going to also discuss the sugar trap or the sodium trap, the shady stuff restaurants sneak into our foods. That's what they're doing these days. Plus, we're going to take a look at the foods that are actually banned in other countries but are on our shelves in the United States. So, guys, buckle up. Let's talk about it.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and start off with why healthy habits matter.
Yes, guys. So we're going to kick it off by talking about why healthy habits matter. You want to live right. Y'all, it's not just about dropping pounds or looking good. Like we always like to look good. Women like to look fine. Men want to look handsome as well. But it's all about your energy. It's also about your mood, you know, your sleep, your stress, and your overall quality of life, how you're living. The little choices that you make every day, from what we eat, guys, to how we move, it actually shapes who we become, guys. Yes, it does.
And let's be real. Doc B, building healthy habits is for every generation now. You know, Gen Z needs to balance that screen time.
Yes,
all right?
Yes.
Millennials are juggling careers and kids, and Gen X, us, you know, we're sandwiched in between, you know, between our aging parents and probably dealing with some older teenagers, you know, getting ready to get out of high school. And boomers, we see y'all too, you know, staying active and living your best lives. This conversation is for all of us.
Yes, it is. Exactly. And let's not forget, guys, one of the easiest habits that can literally change your life is walking. Like I said, I walk, but that's the minimum. If you are in the gym, you're doing the Zumba, you're doing the yoga, that's extra. So that's awesome. But the minimum is just walking. Whether you're just taking a stroll around the block, whether you're at the mall just walking around, or you're just walking around your house, getting those steps in actually help boost your heart health. It improves your mood, and it even helps with managing your blood sugar.
That's right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. The juicy viral hook, all right? Why is sugar so tricky?
Okay, guys, I'm going to start this one out because women love some desserts. I know I do. You know, I want to finish every meal with something sweet. It's just a trigger.
All right, now.
So let's talk about that sugar trap, guys. So you guys like that, or is it just me want something sweet at the end of every meal? Every time, guys, you eat sugar, your brain releases what's called dopamine. It's that feel-good chemical that lights up you light up like a Christmas tree when you eat that sugar. And here's the kicker. The hit of happiness is short-lived, which makes you want more. You want more sugar. That's how sugar hooks you.
And guys, and let's keep this in mind now. It's not just the desserts, fam. It's not just the desserts. Sugar is hiding in almost everything. Salad dressing, bread, sauces, even that so-called healthy granola bar. The food industry knows that sugar makes you crave more, so they add it to almost everything to keep you coming back.
Yes, and believe it, guys, if you haven't had sugar in a while, if you don't, use a lot of sugar or salt, when you eat something that contains it, you instantly say to yourself, oh, I taste something sweet. or I taste some salt. So you automatically know that, guys. All right, Frazier, Laurie, thank you for joining us, and thank you, Beauty, for joining us as well. Oh, thank you, Bronte Rose, for that badge, and Artelia Thomas 119, thank you as well. Okay, guys, so let's not forget about that salt. I mentioned it earlier. They load the stuff up too because it enhances flavor and it keeps you hooked. Because just think about it, all these salted products out there, because I know I'm a stickler for salt. I love to eat some salt. At your favorite restaurant, you're not getting a meal, just getting a meal. You're getting a carefully crafted sugar and salt bomb that tricks your brain. It's tricking your brain into wanting more of it.
Wow, I truly believe that, Doc B. So let's think about this now. Now we already know that we have the restaurants, a lot of the stores, especially some of the ones that have the baked goods, Sam Club have a little cafe in it. A lot of the grocery stores have their own little cafe restaurant where they're selling these items. We know that they're loading these products up in sugar. Now, what some of you guys may not know is some of these products are banned in other countries. Now, the U.S., it makes you kind of wonder how a country, the way we are, we're like one of the powerhouses, in the world. So you would assume that, our government would want us to be able to eat healthy and live better lives, but we're
live longer.
Exactly, but we have food that's banned in other countries. Okay, so let's talk about that for a moment.
Okay, guys. So some foods that are actually banned in places like Europe, Japan, and Australia, but these items are on our shelves in our grocery stores. So we're going to provide a little quick rundown of some of those items, okay, guys? Because information is power, okay?
Exactly. Now, one of the first items that, a lot of you guys may not know is called brominated vegetable oil, better known as BVO, okay? This is found in sodas, sports drinks, and this item, BVO, brominated vegetable oil, is banned in Europe and Japan because of health concerns.
So guys, what we're saying is when you buy products, it's time for you to pay attention to the labels. Look at those ingredients that are in the items.
Now, you guys have heard about this one a lot. It's been over the news last several years. Now, they have these artificial food dyes. Now, a lot of the food, drinks that you guys are eating and drinking are not naturally the color that you guys see. One of the main dyes that is causing problems is that yellow number 5 and that red 40. Those are the two most harmful. Now, they do have others. You'd have to check them out. Now, they're linked to hyperactivity in kids, and they're also banned in Europe.
Okay, guys. And one of the other ones is potassium bromate, which is found in some breads and baked goods. These are classified as carcinogens. They're banned in Canada, they're banned in Europe, and they're also banned in China. Now, if you know some items that may be banned in other countries, I want you to share it with us. Share it with the audience so that they can be on the lookout for these particular items as well. And then there's some growth hormones. They're called RBGH, which is one. And then they have another one called the RBST. They're used in dairy products. These also are banned in Europe due to health concerns, but they're on our shelves, guys.
Yeah. You guys have to start looking at those labels. I know it may take you a little bit longer than normal because you're just used to grabbing the products that you love and going ahead and paying for them, but it only takes a few moments. If you get a little list, whether it's on your phone while you're shopping, you just have that list up. So if you grab that product, you just flip it. If you see any one of those products on that ingredients on that list, they have alternate products that you can get that don't have them. You may want to reconsider some of your options when you're shopping.
Okay, and the other one is azocarbonide. This is referred to as ADA. This is used in breads and buns, and it's also found, guess what, guys, in yoga mats.
Wow.
This is banned in Australia and Europe. It's very important that you guys know what you're eating.
Wow, hold up, Doc B. Yoga mats and bread? Now that's crazy.
Yes, yes.
And y'all, that's why it's so important to read these labels and know what's really in your food. It's very important.
And then don't just take our word for it. I love research. I love researching everything. So don't take our word for it. You do the research and find out what items are banned in other countries, and so that you'll know exactly what you're eating and you're putting into your bodies.
Exactly. And these, we're going to talk about the foods that are bad for us. We're going to talk about some of these foods, because I guarantee you, and including ourselves, we know some of these products are actually on our shopping list when we go shopping.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Now, speaking of labels, okay, let's talk about some of those foods. Okay, foods that might be convenient. That quickness. Everybody wants stuff quick, right? Nobody wants to cook. So you have to think about the fact that how are they providing that item to you so quick? Even in the fast food restaurants, you have to think about what they're putting in those items, because these items can actually wreck your health.
All right, guys. And as Doc B said, the number one is those fast foods. Consider healthier fast food options if you are thinking about getting something that's fast. Be careful when you're thinking about those burgers, those fries. Now think about that. They're fried. So that means that they're fried in some type of vegetable oil.
Yes.
All right? And think about those milkshakes. Those ones that's loaded with sugar, salt. Those are what you call unhealthy fats.
Yes.
And also, now I know this is going to be a big one. I might be guilty of a couple of these myself. Those processed snacks. Those chips that you love so much. Especially some of y'all that like them hot chips. And I'm not even going to talk about those pork rinds that some of y'all, I'm not even going to get into that. And them crackers, start looking at the labels on them crackers. You might think that they're okay. These are just crackers. These are just salt crackers. They should be okay. Think about that. And especially those cookies. A lot of those cookies are filled with so much sugar, it's almost ridiculous. And some of them even had a nerve to have double stuffed and extra cream and all this stuff. They're packed with so many artificial flavors, dyes, and a bunch of hidden sugars, guys, that you guys don't even know about.
Yes, they are. Thank you, Lamont Flournoy Sr., for joining us. We appreciate you. Just came home. Tone Sachs, thank you guys for joining us. Much love to you. Okay, we're going to continue talking about these items that are bad for you. We're talking about healthy habits. And so we're next going to talk about the sugary cereal.
Not the Fruit Loops.
Yes, I hadn't eaten cereal in a while. Now, when I did eat cereal, I think it was Cheerios I would probably eat, because they said Cheerios are heart healthy as well. But you have to think of this, a lot of sugar in those is in that particular brand as well. But you even want to look at the ones that say whole grain, because even those can be full of sugar. You want to take a look at the soda, the drinks, the carbonated water. That's definitely not good for you. The energy drinks, pure liquid sugar with zero nutritional values. You drinking a bunch of sugar. And
think about it, a lot of you guys are drinking those every day. See, I'm not a coffee drinker myself, so I used to always need that rush to get me going in the morning. So I used to grab the energy drink. I'm not going to promote any of them, but I used to grab that energy drink to get me going. And I realized I got from the point where I was not only drinking that energy drink during the day, but when I was getting that midday crash, I had to go get another one, which was definitely no good at all.
Yeah, and see, what you do is you start that, just like coffee in the morning. I used to be a coffee drinker, y'all. You guys, 2-3 cups of coffee a day. And I would drink that coffee, and like some mornings when I didn't have my coffee, it's like I couldn't function, because I had become reliant on that coffee because of what it's packed with, that caffeine and that sugar, guys. So you have to be careful. Now, what we wanted to talk about next is the frozen meal.
We got definitely the
many of them are high in sodium. Look at that sodium intake on the back of them, and preservatives that can mess with your blood pressure and your overall health, guys.
Now, you want to know something else, guys? Don't forget about them packaged baked goods. When you go to the store and you go to that bakery section and you see those donuts, those muffins, those apple fritters, and some of those breads, those are what you call full of trans fats and a bunch of additives, guys. You got to be very careful. And again, going on that coffee situation, let's not forget, guys. You know, a lot of like, well, I don't drink hot coffee like a lot of people, but what about those fancy coffee drinks? You know, I'm not gonna name and promote no stores, but you know those little fancy coffee drinks that taste like desserts, loaded with whipped cream, a bunch of sugar and sugar bombs. It's like a milkshake with a side of caffeine.
Okay, guys. So, in a nutshell, I love to eat. And I'm sure you guys love to eat as well. We just need to be more conscious of what we're eating, what we're putting inside of our bodies. That's what we have to be careful, because you don't want to be consuming products or things in your body that's banned in other countries just because they want to make a quick buck here in the United States. Okay?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're going to jump into the power of walking and exercise. You know, we all want to try to eat healthy, but sometimes it's not as easy as we want it to be. And so until we can get in a habit of being able to check those labels, we're gonna talk about the power of walking and exercise and how we can kind of work on or those extra sugars and stuff that we're intaking.
Yes, you can. Okay, so let's bring it back to something that's simple. It doesn't cost a dime. You can walk. Or if you want to join a gym, some people prefer to be in a gym environment. They don't want to be outside. But if that's the case, that's okay. As long as you're exercising, you really only have to do about 30 minutes a day, guys. That's it. Whether it's a stroll with your partner, a dance party in your living room, or just walk with your dog, it can actually lower your risk of heart disease. It can boost your mood and also keep that sugar addiction that you have at bay.
Exactly. And as Doc B said, guys, you guys don't need a fancy gym membership.
Yes.
You know, I know a lot of the gyms are probably mad at me saying that. You know, you can just get up and just move. You know, that's all you have to do. You know, park further away when you go somewhere. Instead of trying to park as close to the front, park a little further away. You know, sometimes, you know, you guys jumping on the elevator. You know, sometimes take the stairs. And this is what I used to do. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I take the elevator up, but it's much easier to come down the stairs walking. So I walk down, but I take the elevator up. Try to do that a little bit, and if you can, try to do a few squats during commercial break. Trust me, guys, it all adds up.
That is exactly right. Okay, guys. So let's break it down into some practical steps, guys. Okay. First thing you want to do is read the labels. We talked about that a few minutes ago. You want to avoid foods with those hidden sugars and chemicals. You want to do more cooking at home, which I have definitely started doing a lot lately. I don't eat out a lot like I used to, but I'm more conscious about what I eat because I can control the ingredients if I cook at home. And then also I want to choose whole foods. I want to do more fruits, more veggies, more lean meat, and more whole grain. Okay?
Exactly, guys. And right now, Doc B is going over what we call the practical strategies for healthy habits. Okay. Now, another one is start small. You know, swap that soda for some water. You know, or add a daily walk to it. You know, it's all about accountability. Sometimes you may have to find a friend or a family member to do it with. Sometimes that motivational support, it goes a long way.
Yeah, and that's what I do, guys. I didn't mean to cut you off, Broker J3, but I have a partner that I walk with. We walk with each other, so we keep each other accountable so that the other person don't fall off the track.
Exactly. And remember, guys, just be patient with yourself. You know, this is not an overnight fix for something that we've taken years to accrue. Okay, changing your lifestyle, it actually takes time, but every small change moves in the right direction.
Yes, it does, guys. Yes, it does, because we want to live a long time, so we have to take care of our bodies and our minds.
All right, guys, what we want to do right now, we want to do a quick Q&A. You know, get a few questions from you guys. All right. It's that time for the Q&A. So guys, drop those questions in the chats. We want to hear from you right now. Let us know of any healthy ideas that you guys may have, or any products that you may know that we did not mention that probably could be on a ban list or something that we should watch out for.
Yes, guys. Okay. So we want to hear from everyone. So big shout out to Lisa's from Chicago. Okay, we've got Jay from Miami. We got Maria from LA. Okay, guys, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We appreciate you guys.
All right, thank you, Tony, coming in from Houston. We appreciate you joining us tonight.
Okay, Kimberly, thank you for joining us. Linda Pollard, thank you guys for joining us. Sean Pablo, thank you for joining us. Okay, guys, here's a great question from Renee she's from New York. How do I fight sugar cravings when I'm stressed out? That's the first thing we do, ladies. We want to grab something sweet when we're stressed out because it's like like I said, the dopamine is convincing you that things are going to get better because it's tricking your brain. So how do we fight those sugar cravings? What do you think? Okay, guess what? That's a good question. So first you want to recognize that stress can trick your brain into craving sugar for a quick dopamine hit. And then you're going to try replacing that sugary snack with a walk. You can do a glass of water, or you can do a piece of fruit. That's what I normally do, a piece of fruit. And just take a deep breath, guys. Sometimes we eat sugar because we're not really hungry. We're just overwhelmed. It's so much going on. It takes the pressure off. So you're just going to take a pause before you grab that candy bar.
Exactly. And man, now that's solid advice, Dr. B. And y'all, if y'all found value in tonight's podcast, hit that like button.
Yes, thank you guys.
Go ahead and share the live. And remember, go to our YouTube page, Live with J&B, and make sure you guys subscribe so that you never miss any episode that we broadcast. We're here every week. We keep it real. We keep it raw. And as Dr. B said, we keep it relevant.
Okay. All right, Dap. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you as well. So my final thoughts are, guys, your health is your wealth. It's not about being perfect. We don't expect anyone to be perfect. It's about progress. Every step that you take is towards a healthier lifestyle. From cutting down on the sugar to reading those labels. All of this is a step closer to a stronger, more vibrant you, a more better version of you. So let's keep supporting each other on this journey. And guys, let's talk about it.
All right. Listen up, fam. We're all in this together, Again, start small, stay consistent, and don't let the food industry fool you, okay? What you want to do is take back control of your health. One choice at a time.
Yes.
And remember, guys, you got this. Let's keep this conversation going because you know why? Together, we are unstoppable.
Okay, guys. So thank you for joining us on J&B Live. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this content. This is where, J&B Live, we keep it real, we keep it raw, and we try to keep it relevant. We want to bring you topics that are going to make you better, which is what we're trying to do as well. So thank you guys for being a part of the J&B Live family. So don't forget now, I need you to like, share, and subscribe so you don't ever miss a beat, guys.
Okay, guys. All right, fam. We hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. All right. We enjoyed you. We know it was short and sweet, but we just wanted to make sure we got our message across tonight. And we look forward to seeing you guys next time. And as always, guys, I'm your favorite host, your boy, the one and only Broker J3.
Okay, guys. Now, thank you for your love and your unwavering support. And I'm your girl, Dr. B. Thank you, guys.
And as always,
guys, let's talk
about it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.